Happiness milestones don't work. It's a trap. And I will spend this entire channel telling you this over and over and over again. You know, I consider myself very lucky because I recognized very early on in life that nothing really matters if you don't have your peace. It's like, I'm very lucky because I've had the privilege to taste the finer things in life. When you've tasted the finer things in life, you quickly realize how empty it is. The very things people spend their whole life trying to chase after, as soon as you taste it, you realize it's okay, it's cool. You know, it looks good, it's nice, it's flashy, it's cool. But it's empty. It will never fill the void inside of you. And I know me saying this will be useless to the person who is hungry. It'll be useless to the person who's never tasted it. I encourage you to achieve it and to taste it. Taste it so you can come to the same realization as me. Or taste it and then, in the blind lust of more, lose yourself in it. Lose yourself in more. Lose yourself in the next hotter woman. Lose yourself in the next watch. Lose yourself in the next car. Lose yourself in the next mansion. Do you see how quickly you can lose yourself when it starts coming? Because you still feel empty inside. You still feel like a piece of shit inside. And you think the next watch, which is $300,000 more than your $50,000 watch, will give you the feeling you're looking for. I know it sounds silly when I say it like that. Or the woman who's a 9.98 out of 10 will finally scratch that itch that the woman who was a 9.67 couldn't scratch for you. You know what I mean? It's an endless pit. You know, greed, lust. In a world so overstimulated and fast-paced, right now I'm in Shenzhen. Right now I'm staring at skyscrapers with lights, glowing LEDs. Earlier I was in downtown. Yeah, it's cool. But it feels like there is so much going on, and yet nothing is going on at all. You know what I'm trying to say? Whereas you could go to somewhere calm and tranquil, somewhere peaceful, somewhere really nice in nature, and there's nothing happening at all. And yet in that moment, everything is happening. I think as modern people, especially, I feel like the bigger city you live in, the more you rely on stimulation to feel something, the more numb you are. I think it's probably the case that I have deconditioned myself from needing so much stimulation that when I go into this amount of stimulation, it overstimulates me. It's too much for me. Think about it. It's just like any other substance of addiction. You start out, just playing with it, it's a little fun. And then you start smoking more. You start drinking more. You start hiring girls more. Okay? It goes from a one-time thing where you just want to try it out for the little thrill of it, to now, 10 cigarettes a day is your baseline. Then you start feeling like you don't feel anymore. You increase it, 20, a pack a day. Even that starts to feel like nothing anymore. Everything starts to become number and number and more. The more you try to fill your void, the emptier you get, the number you get, right? That's called building tolerance. It doesn't just apply to sex, alcohol, drugs, social media stimulation, corn. It applies to practically everything. When you cannot sit with yourself and feel at peace, you will seek out stimulation. Because sitting with yourself becomes more uncomfortable. Sitting with yourself becomes intolerable. You need something to stimulate. You need something from the outside to stimulate you. And that's fine if you want to spend your whole life relying on something outside of you in order to feel just okay. But do you realize it's like if you get off of it, yes, you're going to feel the withdrawal. The withdrawal from corn, social media, instant gratification, hookups, dopamine culture. We live in dopamine culture. And if you really think about it, dopamine culture is how they keep you a slave. It's how they control you. They know you're a slave to your lust. They know you're a slave to your temptations. I mean, you tell me that's not the devil getting you. The devil appears in the ultimate allure. A lot of times that allure, the most dangerous of that allure, woman. That is the most dangerous allure for a man. Especially once a man starts making money, women are the most dangerous allure. When you're broke, you're still safe. The richer you get, the shallower of women you will start to attract, especially if you really like flexing. The devil is sneaky, man. Really, really sneaky. I'm telling you, you need to go out and have a taste of all the crazy shit in life, and then you might come to the realization that what you really wanted all along wasn't it. What you really wanted all along was to find yourself. What you really wanted all along was to feel good inside your life without needing any of these things to make you feel good. I don't know how many people this message is hitting right now. I feel like I speak kind of abstractly, maybe a little too deep for some people. But, I mean, chances are if you're watching this video, this speaks to you. Because at the end of the day, the algorithm attracts similar thinking people. You know, vanity is cool, and the entire internet, the entire game of social media tries to sell you on vanity. Vanity sells. Like, literally think of every business, and the entire world runs on preying on your insecurities. Think about that. The entire world runs on preying on your insecurities. The less insecure you are, the less the world can prey on you. But most people, they would rather be preyed on. Why? Because it feels like something. It feels like they're living life correctly if they're doing the things that they're supposed to do. In that sense, everyone's a white sheep. The deeper you go, the more you see, and you just cannot unsee it. That is the dangerous thing about this journey. Do you really start to relate to less and less people? You can play along, right? But you realize that persona is not you. That mask you wear, the vanity you put on, right, to try to look good, right? Dressing well, wearing nice things, acting nonchalant and cool. So much of it is a performance. A lot of people are attached to that performance as their identity. And that's why they never discover peace. At the end of the day, it all boils down to what you value most. If the vanity, if the appearance of the world is most important to you, go do your thing, But for some people, they quickly realize they were sold a lie. And that lie has left them going around in loops and loops and loops. And it has not solved anything because they feel just as insecure and just as unhappy with life, even unhappier with life, than they were when they were broke, than they were before all of the vanity, before all of the fakeness. And if you discover that, well, welcome, brother. It's hard to break out of this addiction. I have a very close friend who I see him struggle with this, and it's a very conflicting place to be. It's not easy to break out when you spent your whole life trying to build this identity. Right? You work so hard to try to build up this fake version of you that giving it up feels like death. And it is death. I devote myself to helping men die. My main question that I ask is, why can't you love the fuck out of your life while you pursue all of your ambitions and dreams? Because it's cool to give up your dreams and fulfillment in order to chase the vanity version of success that leaves you unfulfilled, but leaves you looking successful to the world. It's an enticing trap. And it'll get you. It'll get you if you're not careful. But how can you wonder in the same sentence that you are numbed out and unfulfilled, and at the same time you know that you're not doing what you want to be doing, but you are willing to not do what you want to be doing, or rather living the way that you want to be living and being the man you want to be, because it provides you stability, security, and a front to the outside world to tell them that, hey, I worked hard for this. I hate it, but I worked hard for this. It's fake to me, but I want you to see why it's real. Sitting with yourself will humble you because all of your darkest demons start coming out. Your lust, your greed, your anger, your frustration, your jealousy, your resentment. All the things you don't want to feel, that you distract yourself with work and partying and doom scrolling and corn and blah 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 and blah blah and women and blah 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 blah. All of that. If you actually allowed them to come to the surface, you just might discover things about yourself that you probably don't want to discover right now. It's probably too much. But if you discover it, you just might never look back. I'll end it off there. Thank you for joining me. Please have yourself a wonderful day. Signing out. See you in the next one.